Welcome to the story of the Chevrolet Corvette C8, the most radical transformation in Corvette history. This isn't just another generational update. This is a revolution 60 years in the making. Chevrolet didn't just build a new Corvette, they reinvented an American icon. For 7 generations, the Corvette formula remained sacred: front engine, rear-wheel drive, 2 seats, and unmistakably American. But sometimes, to preserve a legacy, you must be willing to shatter tradition. The C8 represents exactly that, a calculated risk that would either elevate the Corvette to supercar status or destroy everything the nameplate stood for. The mid-engine Corvette wasn't born in 2019, it was conceived in 1959. Zora Arkus-Duntov, the father of the Corvette, created the Serve-I concept, a mid-engine experimental vehicle that hinted at what could be. Over the decades, this dream materialized in various forms: the XP819 in 1964, the Aerovette in 1973, the Serve-3 in 1990. Each concept pushed closer to production, yet each time, GM pulled back. Why the hesitation? 3 reasons dominated every boardroom discussion: cost, tradition, and fear. Could GM build an affordable mid-engine car? Would Corvette purists revolt? And perhaps most importantly, was America ready? The C7 generation, launched in 2014, was spectacular. It pushed the front-engine platform to its absolute limits. The Z06 and ZR1 variants competed with supercars costing 3 times as much. But Taj Jukter, the Corvette's chief engineer, knew they'd hit a wall. Physics doesn't negotiate. To compete in the modern supercar arena, to achieve the perfect weight distribution, to put power down more effectively, the engine had to move behind the driver. In 2014, while the C7 was still fresh in showrooms, GM secretly greenlit the C8 project. The code name was simple but significant: Emperor. The king of sports cars was about to claim its throne. The development team faced a monumental challenge: create a mid-engine supercar that remained attainable, practical enough for daily driving, and unmistakably Corvette. They studied everything: Ferrari 458s, Audi R8s, McLaren 570s. Not to copy, but to understand. Then they set out to do it better, for less money. When you first see the C8, your brain might need a moment to process what your eyes are seeing. This is a Corvette, but not as we know it. The proportions are radically different. The cabin pushed forward, the rear haunches muscular and wide, the side intakes massive and functional. Kirk Benyon's exterior design team faced an impossible task: make it look like a Corvette without the traditional long hood. The solution was brilliant: maintain key Corvette design cues while embracing the exotic proportions. The front retains the aggressive, angular headlights. The profile keeps the classic Corvette Coke bottle shape. The rear features quad taillights, round yet modern, unmistakably Corvette. But this isn't just sculpture. Every line serves a purpose. Those massive side intakes? They feed radiators that cool the transmission and differential. The floating roof design? It channels air to the engine. The aggressive rear spoiler? It generates actual downforce. Form follows function, but somehow, they made function beautiful. The interior represents perhaps an even bigger departure. Gone is the traditional cockpit. In its place, a driver-focused command center that wouldn't look out of place in a fighter jet. The square steering wheel, controversial but purposeful, provides better visibility of the 12-inch digital instrument cluster. The center console wall, running tall between driver and passenger, houses a vertical cascade of climate controls that looks like it belongs in a spaceship. The most dramatic angle? The view from behind. The rear glass exposes the heart of the beast, the 6.2-liter V8 sitting just inches behind your head, dressed in carbon fiber and illuminated like a piece of art. This isn't just an engine bay, it's a showcase. Let's talk about what makes this machine tick. At the C8's heart lies the LT2 engine, a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 producing 495 horsepower and 470 lb-ft of torque when equipped with the performance exhaust. These numbers might seem modest in today's world of 700 horsepower muscle cars, but remember, this engine sits exactly where it needs to be for optimal weight distribution. The result? 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. The quarter mile in 11.2 seconds at 122 miles per hour. These aren't just good numbers, they're supercar numbers. And this is just the base model. But the real engineering marvel isn't the engine, it's everything else. The dual-clutch transmission, co-developed with Tremec, delivers shifts in under 100 milliseconds. The suspension uses magnetorheological dampers that adjust 1,000 times per second. The electronic limited slip differential can transfer 100% of available torque to either rear wheel. The chassis itself is a masterpiece. The center tunnel is so strong it requires no structural support from the roof, hence the removable targa top that stores in the front trunk. Yes, front trunk. Despite being mid-engine, the C8 offers 12.6 cubic feet of cargo space split between front and rear compartments. That's more than some sedans. GM didn't just move the engine, they reimagined everything. The electrical architecture runs on a new digital platform. The brake-by-wire system eliminates traditional vacuum boosters. Even the key fob was redesigned, allowing remote starting that lets the engine warm up properly before the driver arrives. The attention to detail is obsessive. The engineers spent countless hours perfecting the exhaust note, ensuring it retained that classic Corvette rumble despite the engine's new position. They developed a new, stealth, mode for quiet morning starts. They even engineered a front axle lift system that raises the nose 2 inches in under 3 seconds to clear steep driveways. If the base Stingray redefines what a Corvette can be, the variants show what it can become. The Z06, revealed in 2021, takes everything radical about the C8 and amplifies it. The LT6 engine is a masterpiece, a 5.5-liter flat-plane crank V8 that revs to 8,600 revolutions per minute and produces 670 horsepower naturally aspirated. This isn't just any engine, it's the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 ever put in a production car. The Z06 widens the car by 3.6 inches, allowing for 345-section rear tires. The aero package generates 734 pounds of downforce at 186 miles per hour. The result? Lap times that rival cars costing $500,000. Then came the E-Ray, the first electrified, all-wheel drive Corvette. Combining the Stingray's LT2 with a front-mounted electric motor, it produces 655 combined horsepower and delivers 2.5 second 0 to 60 runs. It's a technological tour de force that proves Corvette isn't afraid of the future. And looming on the horizon? The ZR1 and potential Zora. Rumors suggest over 1,000 horsepower, making it the most powerful Corvette ever conceived. The C8 platform wasn't just designed for today, it was engineered for a decade of evolution. Each variant serves a purpose. The Stingray democratizes supercar performance. The Z06 targets track enthusiasts. The E-Ray embraces electrification while maintaining soul. The upcoming ZR1 will chase hypercar territory. This isn't just a model range, it's a statement of intent. But specifications only tell part of the story. The real magic happens when you drive it. The C8 fundamentally changes the Corvette experience. The steering, now freed from managing front-end weight, delivers telepathic precision. Turn-in is immediate, almost shocking if you're coming from AC7. The mid-engine layout transforms corner exit behavior. Where front-engine Corvettes would fight for traction, the C8 just goes. Plant your foot mid-corner, and instead of understeer or wheel spin, you get thrust. Pure, addictive thrust. The ride quality surprises everyone. In Tour mode, the magnetic dampers deliver genuine comfort. Switch to track mode, and the car transforms. Lower, stiffer, angrier. The PTM, Performance Traction Management, system offers 5 distinct modes, each allowing different levels of slip before intervention. But perhaps the biggest surprise is the accessibility. Despite its exotic layout and performance, the C8 remains approachable. The visibility is excellent. The dual-clutch transmission offers a creep mode for traffic. The front axle lift system remembers GPS locations. This isn't just a weekend toy, it's a genuine daily driver. When Chevrolet announced the C8's starting price of $59,995, The automotive world gasped. A mid-engine, sub-3-second supercar for under $60,000? It seemed impossible. Yet GM delivered, though good luck finding one at that price during the initial years. The C8 disrupted everything. Porsche 911 sales wavered. Used Ferrari 458 values stabilized. The entire sports car market had to recalibrate. Here was a car offering 90% of the experience for 30% of the price. But the real victory isn't in conquest sales, it's in expansion. The C8 attracted a new generation of buyers. Younger, more diverse, more international. Corvette registrations in California doubled. Export demand skyrocketed. This wasn't just America's sports car anymore, it was the world's. The C8 proved that American engineering could compete globally not through brute force, but through innovation and value. It forced Europeans to admit what they'd long denied: Detroit could build a world-class sports car. The Corvette C8 represents more than a new generation, it's a paradigm shift. For 67 years, Corvette meant front engine. That DNA, that tradition, that sacred formula, abandoned overnight. Yet somehow, the C8 feels more Corvette than ever. It's still attainable, still daily drivable, still uniquely American. But now it's also a genuine supercar killer. The C8 doesn't apologize for being American, it celebrates it. While Europeans obsess over heritage, Corvette looked forward. While others chase exclusivity, Corvette democratizes performance. The C8 teaches us that sometimes, the biggest risk is not taking one. That innovation requires courage. That breaking tradition might be the only way to honor it. As we look ahead, the C8 platform promises even more. Hybrid variants, possible turbo versions, maybe even a Cadillac derivative. The mid-engine layout isn't just Corvette's present, it's Corvette's future for decades to come. The wait is over. The dream is real. The revolution is here. This is the Corvette C8. Proof that sometimes, the best way to preserve an icon is to completely reimagine it.